You had a front row seat.
The boxing match?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all jokes aside, you got robbed.
You're actually slobbering on this.
Hey, John. John.
I watched the video and I talked about the boxers, and because we didn't keep score the whole time. So all I could remember was that
one punch, the last two punches.
Yeah, I felt that punch.
And I kept telling people, I even said it, I don't know if
I think you farted.
I farted?
He hit you, yeah. I started smelling.
Jesus.
Somebody farted. Don't know who.
First of all, everybody who watched that fight, almost everybody says I got robbed.
That's actually a lie, and I won't let you run with it.
Almost. I didn't say everybody. I said
no,
almost.
it's split.
It was a good fight.
It's split. You put a poll up on your channel, and it's 50-50.
On Twitter.
Yeah, your Twitter. Sorry. And that's on your Twitter. If I put a poll up on my Twitter,
so
it's gonna
do it then.
But I don't care though. Hey, let's be clear. This was supposed to be like a show match for entertainment. I know, like, we just cut a lot of it out to make sure that the video was good. It was the best video I recorded, I think, ever. I can't think of another video that would beat it. So it was done intentionally to be that way, and it performed really well.
For fun.
No, the point was we didn't even know there was going to be judges till the third round. We're like, oh, we should probably have a winner for this fight.
I didn't even third. It was fourth.
How we started the fight? How we started the fight was I told Lo, we're just going to go as long as we can. We didn't have an end to the fight. I guessed and said I think 30-second rounds is gonna be good. In hindsight, probably 45 seconds would have been better. But we went with 30-second rounds, and we had unlimited rest times, unlimited. So it wasn't a fight for the purposes of who's gonna win. It was just we talked about this for so long. Let's make it active.
Oh, there gotta be a winner.
Rigged, biased ass judge. Low was robbed. Low won.
Yeah, we should have had.
Low won 100%. No idea why they forcing a win on Agent. Low one.
I think it feels rigged. The only reason why people will say it's rigged because it's your video. That's why. And then it was kind of really, really, really close. It wasn't like an outstanding.
But it wasn't like I was getting more cheers. I got booed. So it wasn't like the people that were there.
The crowd. That's the crowd, not the judges.
We picked the judges out of the crowd. In the third round, I just said, who's the judges? And I looked, I said, Snipe, Holla, and someone else. And then Waleed picked the third judge. We just picked the judges on the spot. So it wasn't like we just came in with like a mission. But anyway, all that to say,
I feel like
should we send the footage to a professional boxer? A professional boxer referee? Stat taker?
What are you saying, John?
Send like the footage of the fight to like
a professional
stat keeper. And
I guess
that could be a.
I personally feel like unbiased.
It was a good fight.
It was for all intents and purposes, it was a good fight and a good video, really good video.
You didn't have to do the correct math about how many punches were thrown, how many were completely landed, how many were dodged. It was a lot of punches thrown, but not a lot of punches.
Bro, so like the reason I felt like I won was mainly because.
Why are you looking at my that low?
No, I'm waiting to hear what he said.
No, because I've actually boxed people before. When I boxed ZT the week before. I got in the ring a few times. I wouldn't call it boxing really, but we threw hands and shit for the AMP videos. And I actually was hurt when Duke jabbed me. My nose was fucked for a few days, and ZT got a hook on me that dazed me. You know what I'm saying? So, but in the fight versus you, I didn't feel anything. So
but that doesn't.
But looking at when I look back at the footage, I was like, I see what people are saying. Because in my perspective, for example, in the fifth round, the big punch that everyone thinks I got, I hit you with my wrist. I wouldn't even like it landed, but it definitely would have done more damage if I actually hit you with my fist. Okay. But we're using big ass like 16-ounce gloves. But I think my best punch was in the second round. I hit a clean ass jab and I saw your head fucking flinch back. But again, the cameras don't catch those small details. So I literally told Waleed, for the purposes of just like making it clear when a hit landed, use more of the broadcast cam that was like angled up. And Waleed said it was a bad angle, there's a streamer in the way. But I said, just use more of it. Because when you hit me or I hit you, it's very difficult to tell when it actually landed. I'll say this though about Lo. You surprised me on how aggressive you were. I didn't think you would even have the gall to be aggressive. I thought you were gonna play back the whole time.
What the fuck?
But I was, he disrespected you 3 times.
Every nigga
in a polite way.
But look, the reason I say that is because I'm really aggressive when I box because it's almost to overwhelm. Every time I've done it, I've learned that I don't even want to give you a chance to think about it. But almost like when you play soccer and you have a good attack, Lo would wait for me to attack and he would just counter. He would rush me on the counter. That happened every time. And it wasn't until the third round where I was like, let me just start throwing fucking threes. And even if I can't aim him, like I just can't let you get a flurry off. But there was like 4 times where you got me like in a flurry. And I was like, bro, like even though they weren't hurting, I knew it looked bad. Me like down like these. It's not disrespectful. Like, he did really good.
I mean, as an Atlanta nigga, that's all I heard. I got hit by Duke in the nose. That hurt. Like, CC hit me with a hook. That hurt. But you, I knew I was doing good.
Well, the only reason why, because the only thing I felt was also the only one I felt was the wrist punch shit.
Oh, yeah, you didn't feel his shit either?
No, but I just assumed we had fucking 16-ounce gloves.
So I guess the reason that like. I wish people were more focused on like how exciting the content was, because that was my focus and that was your focus. At the end of the fourth round, I literally went to Lo. I was like, how long do you want to fight this for?
That's when I thought, because I didn't know you picked the judges before. I thought that's when we picked the judges to say that was going to, this next round would be the last round.
Not at all. But then when we picked the judges halfway, I realized they weren't scoring it. They were just looking at it as fans the first half. Yeah. But in the fourth round, I went to Lo. I was like, how long do you want to do this for? And we were taking a lot of breaks. The last thing I wanted was any one of us to be tired. And then like at the end of that fifth round, you were tired.
And I had to go.
If we fought more rounds, it just wouldn't be entertaining. Like it might have been a better take for me because I feel like I'd have more stamina because I'm just lighter, but it just wouldn't be a good fight. So anyway, we just optimized for content. In the fourth round, we decided to just end it in 5 rounds. But going into it, I really thought we were gonna go like 7 or 9 rounds. But low key, I was like petrified of getting hit and knocked out, or like you don't know when it's gonna happen. Like Jake Paul. Like, you know what I'm saying? The niggas knocking niggas out nowadays. So it's like, you don't know when a strong punch that's going to fuck up your tooth is going to come. So, like, I was in fear the whole video because I don't like doing stuff like that. It's out of my comfort zone. But, like, I was genuinely impressed that you, first of all, said yes, because I asked 2 people before and they said no. And I was like, let me
say them names.
Well, one of them was Davis and the other one I don't think people know. But Davis, he said that there was a medical reason why, like his head, something like that. But then I asked you and you said, yeah. And I dead thought you were going to cap and not actually do it, bro. I did not think Lo was going to actually do it. So when niggas showed up, bro, and I was like, it was genuinely like really impressive. And for a person your size, bro, he could literally be look, because I think a lot of the reason why people didn't think Lo could fight is because he's big. But like, not only it was difficult to hit this nigga's head because his shoulders are so broad. Unless I was throwing jabs and hook number 2s, I wasn't hitting his head with hooks and uppercuts. It literally was not possible.
So the reason why you could have hit him because he was built so big and boxy, and
it was so hard. Keep in mind, like my hooks is coming from here, but I would hit his shoulders, so my hooks had to come a little bit higher. I don't know how to explain it, but in the fight, I literally, when I fought you, so I did a video before I fought you, and the purpose of the video with you was to train for 7 days and fight, right? So in the 7 days of training, we did like a fun spar. It wasn't a serious spar with John, and I found myself throwing 1-3s. With you, I literally didn't even see a time where a 3 made sense. Like a hook never made sense for me to fight. So I was just throwing straight 1s and 2s, but those are not power punches. So anyway, you're a difficult person to actually fight, and then like your stamina kept up, and you got aggressive and like took control of like especially the first half of the fight. Like it was actually impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't expect that.
Literally everybody was like, they were trying to figure out like, damn, I didn't think this nigga was gonna be that aggressive. And it also, I don't know, I guess you saying hard to hit, but then also people were saying like moving my head and agile. But you're saying that because you couldn't swing that way, you could only do 1s and 2s.
Because the head movements you were doing were not vertical. Those would be the ones where I'd miss. Like rolling and like, because those would make me miss. You were moving your head, but in the same plane, which would make me miss my 1s and 2s, but I couldn't even hit a hook though. And the only times I threw the hooks is in the third round when I realized when you rushed me, you were just throwing, you weren't defending. So I was like, I'm going to throw 2 and just aim for your head. None of them connected. Like they all hit shoulder. Just watch it back. All of them hit shoulder. Like maybe a couple of them hit like the side of your head, but I knew it wasn't doing damage though. Like those are power punches. It's supposed to do damage.
That's the thing. Everybody kept thinking like, hey, niggas thought we were gonna get knocked out. I was like, we're 16 ounce on gloves, and we're wearing headgear. Like nobody was gonna get knocked out.
And if one of us did get knocked out, it would have been like actually very dangerous. because we were playing with like glass planes, windows, and the carpet was not soft. When you play in a boxing ring, there's springs underneath it. So when you flop to your death and you're unconscious, like the impact of the spring is kind of what stops your head from like, you know, taking more damage. So the place we were doing it in, we just did it because it was convenient. But like we were playing in our feet on carpet. You know what I'm saying? So I literally, every decision was made for content. We had a boxing room we could have went to. We decided to shoot in the A&P house because it'd be easier to get people to the A&P house and it'd be more lit. I was correct. It was very lit. So for the purposes of the fight, I hate that people feel like you got cheated. We might have to just run it back. But if we did run it back, I think people realized that, well, I think people already felt the way that like they rather see a competition than content. Maybe the competition is just so content that you don't need to focus on content. But do it at an actual boxing ring with actual like rest time. So like we don't just drag it with an actual amount of rounds. And then that way, and then like have actual judges and an actual referee. John was just fucking around. Like he didn't know.
I went back and I watched. I was like, John is the biggest clown ass ref I ever. Nigga was fucking tumbling on the ground. Niggas doing a whole bunch of action.
I was making sure nothing illegal was going on. No grabbing, no biting.
And let me also say this.
No wedges.
We were in the middle of the fucking boxing match. I don't know who was my quote unquote coach. Shaq. He's telling me something. Here come John. Hey, this is good for content. Why don't you hit me? Because then y'all just start attacking me at the same time. And then Shaq is like, go, just keep doing da. And he telling me this. I'm like, nigga, y'all telling me like 3 fucking things right now. Shut the fuck up and give me some water and just let me like focus, nigga. And with this nigga out of nowhere, it's like, here's a good idea for content in the middle of a fucking 3rd round. I'm like, all right, nigga, whatever, bro. Fuck, bro. Y'all telling me 3 different things.
The other dude asked me, he thought I was going to be the judge. He was like, yo, I got a 20 for you.
Oh, I saw that.
I was like, nah. He said, what that going to get you? The same results. This shit going to change for that. Rip 1,400.
I felt like it was a tie. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, I felt like it was a tie. I think
you left the last vote to Sniper.
I didn't leave it to nobody. I didn't pick nobody. I didn't know. Like he just sat there and said everything was on the fly. Decided.
I was so like
worried.
No. When I was picking judges, keep in mind like we were taking pretty long, like 3 to 5 minute breaks in between rounds. But I looked and then I was like, I don't know, Omar, Snipe, Hala. But then I forgot who it was. It might have been Waleed that was like, no, not Omar. And it wasn't even occurred to me that Omar is your brother, so it'd be biased. I didn't really care. But then I was like, you're right, not Omar, because Omar cheated me out of 2 fucking cooking wins in A&P videos just for content. And I was actually trying. Just for content. I was like, bro, I actually wanted that win, bitch. So I was like, yeah, we can't give it back to Omar. Every time I made this nigga a judge for something, I've regretted it. So then I just asked him to pick somebody. But you're right. Like, it really should have been somebody who counted up, like, punch for punch, like, to see what landed. The reality is the main cam that we used for that fight was in the fight. And
oh, yeah, for sure.
And it didn't show when something landed. So with 16-ounce gloves, if the shit hit my gloves, I don't feel anything. With 12-ounce gloves, if you punch my gloves, I'll feel it. You feel me? Because my hand might hit my face. Like, there's smaller gloves, so like your uppercuts is gonna land easier. There's gonna be stronger impact. So I don't think we would actually fight with 12 ounces. It's too dangerous. Like, I don't want anyone to have a chipped tooth or anything like that.